Ferrari has been dropping hints about the livery of its 2024 F1 car for the past few weeks, and the recent launch of Puma clothing has provided another glimpse of the emerging trends. All signs point to a potential significant shift in style for the Italian giants this season. While Ferrari has traditionally been associated with the color red, a look back at the liveries of the past 20 years reveals surprising variations in colors such as yellow, white, black, and even blue. As the team prepares for the upcoming season, the latest clothing launch, showcased through images and a social media video, indicates a departure from black. The absence of black is particularly notable, with statement white zips on all zipper tops and jackets. However, the most intriguing aspect is the incorporation of yellow pinstripes along the collars and sleeves of various garments. Before the clothing launch, a video featuring Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz provided a preview of their new race suits, sans the overalls in the shot. Sainz highlighted the absence of black, the return of white, and the introduction of yellow, emphasizing a more aggressive and race-oriented direction. The commitment to yellow pays homage to the vibrant color associated with Ferrari's hometown of Modena and is a key feature of its logo. One thing that is pretty certain is black will not be back this year. The color has come and gone on Ferrari's livery in recent years, with the 2013 car bringing in a heavy undersling of black on the lower side pod and starting a trend that continued for almost a decade until red became the dominant color, including even a red rear wing in the early 2020s. Black was back in force in 2022, this time at the top of the engine cover and as the color for the front and rear wings, while the recent Ferrari team clothing has featured big blocky black shoulder patches. But those have been ditched in the new Puma gear, providing a clear suggestion that the color is out of fashion for this season. Clearly, the one color that has always been associated with Ferrari is red, but it has not always been the same type of red. The traditional hue, known as Rosso Corsa, is deep and rich, but previously it has taken on a more orangey tone or a lighter hue to suit different sponsors. In 2020, the car was turned burgundy to celebrate the team's 1,000th race. When Puma released its new clothing line, the brand highlighted what it described as a transformation of the iconic Ferrari red, stating that its designers have reimagined the classic red, infusing it with a modern twist. Surely the team is not going to tamper with that well-loved stable though, are they? The subtle but strong appearance of white on the new clothing and the remarks made by Sainz on first seeing the race suits suggest that the livery of the car might be brightened up with white, possibly even returning to the look of the dominant Schumacher era in the early 2000s and Fernando Alonso's Ferrari days. Back then, the front and rear wings were white, although that was mostly due to the team's tobacco and mobile phone sponsors at the time. That trend continued for more than a decade until the switch to red in 2018 and the subsequent move to black wings for the last 2 years. So maybe this year could see a switch back? Yellow, a color with a long history at Ferrari, is set to make an appearance, but it is unlikely to replicate the all-yellow entry in the 1961 Belgian Grand Prix, reflecting the national racing color of its Belgian driver Olivier Gendebien, as well as the Belgian importer who paid for it to compete. Since then, however, yellow has appeared on and off in different ways. The 312 F168 had 2 yellow stripes along its length in the late 1960s, while in the 1980s the color was used in 2 square patches on the front and rear wings to distinguish the different cars, and the team's clothing went the whole hog, with mechanics and engineers in all yellow shirts. The yellow has returned in special liveries at the team's home race in Monza over the last 2 seasons, with the 2022 car seeing its engine cover and rear wing end plates turned yellow, while last year's one-off design had the tip of the nose turned yellow and a heavy yellow slash filling a third of the engine cover. The final question revolves around the possibility of Ferrari embracing full zigzag or racing stripes. Last year's Monza livery paid tribute to the brand's Le Mans success, featuring a bold yellow engine cover flash reminiscent of the winning 499p hypercar. Whether this will translate to a yellow halo in F1 remains to be seen. As the clothing launch indicates a more subtle use of yellow, the upcoming season promises to reveal Ferrari's dynamic and visually striking dimension, with fans eagerly anticipating the unveiling of the new look.